Do you know what Zimbabwe means? No, not that one. This one. No? Well, how about an upper decky? No, not the prank where one abuses a toilet by placing a number 2 where no number 2 should ever go. Still no? Well, don't worry. You're not failing this quiz. You're probably just over the age of 25. Because the answer to all of these questions... Oh, I don't even have it with me. Shit. There went my fancy intro. Because the answer to all of these questions is this. Zyn. I'm gonna have to do this like an influencer because that's not in focus. Zyn, the newest trend in nicotine that's taking Gen Z by storm. But what is Zyn?
What's in your lip?
It's a thing I've been trying.
What is it? Are those Zyns or whatever?
Zyn is a small pouch of nicotine salts that are placed in the upper lip, an act known as an upper decky in your schnecky.
As soon as dinner's over, the first thing we're doing is an upper decky in my schnecky back porch fucking African sugar.
But the interesting thing about these little white pouches is their rise in popularity amongst young people. On TikTok, the hashtag Zyn has over 800 million views, where an entire subculture, complete with humor and shared language, has formed around the product. The rise in popularity of the products has been fueled by so-called ZYNfluencers, users who create content exclusively around the pouches, and it has parents and lawmakers concerned.
Pouch packed with problems. High levels of nicotine.
I want to understand what makes these pouches so popular. So for the last 2 weeks, I have done a deep dive into the culture to answer my questions. And today, I'm going to break it down for you. The first claim that Zyn users make is that nicotine is a, what's it called? A nootropic, or a cognitive enhancer that enhances one's ability to focus and your creativity. So I've prepared a selection of videos for you, and because I'm a cool parent, I invite you to sit back with a vice of your choice while we watch them and try to see if this claim has any merit. He's using a handle of tequila as a hammer. That's creative. Oh, it's arts and crafts. Those boys made a table with epoxy. That thing will outlive me. Okay, I gotta give credit where credit is due. That is creative. And as a gay, I appreciate themed decor.
Yes, bitch. Work.
But hold up, look at how many cans there are. You know, I think this would look great outside of like a frat house, you know, kind of as a warning. Don't come here. But you know, this creativity doesn't end with arts and crafts. Check out this Zyn user who's getting creative with their love life. I really want to believe that this is a joke because this makes me feel icky in my morals, but there's something about her, just like a certain deadness and desperation in her eyes that makes me think that it probably isn't. Just imagine if this was Twilight at the part where Edward says to Bella, your blood is like a drug to me. It's like my own personal cocaine. And Bella just pulls back her lip so she's got a Zyn in. But none of these people are influencers. And I'm not here to claim moral authority over regular people who use Zyn, who create content and share it online. But outside of these one-off videos, there are true ZYNfluencers, people who have created entire platforms with millions of followers creating content almost exclusively about Zyn. And that is what I'm really interested in. First up on the chopping block is Tarps, a content creator who has over 1.2 million followers combined across his TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could rip upper decky zinnies, upper decky lit pillows, Ferda.
Tarps' entire online presence is devoted to, let's say, comedy. So I figure this is a good start to see what ZYNfluencers are saying.
Yo, Steven. What, Chetty? Can I get a little stairway to heavy, buddy? A little Zinard, Leonard, Skinnerd, buddy? How's your movie, buddy? Can I get a little Jennifer Aniston, buddy? How's her clam taste? Probably fucking goated, Loki.
Good one, brother.
Please, Mrs. Johnson, can we please go get rippers in the bathroom? Elsa, you're kind of a MILF? Brett just called Mrs. Johnson a MILF. W-Riz, side-eye, how's your mother?
Okay, dude, taste aside, this is not funny. It's just obnoxious. That's one thing I can't help but notice about Freezer Tarps, the juvenile nature of his comedy. But Zyn is a product that's only approved for people over the age of 21. Why make comedy whose content is geared towards children if those children can't buy the product that you feature in every single video you make? Something about this feels a little icky.
Side-eye!
In an interview with the New York Times, Freezer Tarps, whose real name is Max Vander Aard, claimed that over 95% of his audience was over the age of 21. But watching his comedy, I have a hard time believing that this is geared towards adults.
Hey, Mrs. Johnson, you're low-key hot for a 40-year-old. No way, Marcus! W-Riz! W-Riz!
That's funny. That's definitely geared towards adults and not at all made to pander towards children and the experiences that children go through. Right? Oh, did I forget to mention that Freezer Tarps owns his own brand of mouth pouches? They're called Upper Deckies, and even though they look exactly like Zyns, these only contain caffeine. But if Zyns are all that Max Freezer Tarps makes them out to be in his content, what's the need in making a pouch that only contains caffeine? It couldn't be because caffeine pouches are completely legal to sell to minors, right? He wouldn't take advantage of young children's need to fit in and emulate their elders, right? Right?
Side-eye!
But morally bankrupt, subliminal marketing, and questionable comedy aside, there are other influencers out there who don't make comedy, like Daddy Wellness.
Filthy fucking degenerates, if you want to turn your beer belly into some chiseled abs by summertime, this is exactly what you need to know.
A self-proclaimed healthy degenerate, Daddy Wellness has nearly 1 million followers across his Instagram and TikTok platforms. Daddy Wellness largely makes content dedicated to... You want to guess? Wellness, right? You got that really quick. You must be on the Zyn already, right? Feeling fast. A couple of things set Daddy Wellness apart from other influencers in the health and wellness space. His incredible energy levels and charisma, and his unending promotion of Zyn.
Holy fucking shit, is that a pheasant? Is that an eagle? Is that a falcon? Oh no, it's a little sugar glider coming straight to my lower deck.
As soon as dinner's over, the first thing we're doing is an upper decky in my schnecky back porch fucking African sugar.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the annual African Shuggie ceremony where we will be blindly selecting the African Shuggie of the year.
Daddy Wellness, like many others influencers, claims that Zyn helps with energy, mental clarity, and focus.
If you're like me and enjoy the cognitive benefits of a little bit of a sugar in the morning with a coffee and you feel absolutely dialed in,
About 4 Shuggies a day is the fucking answer for all you rats that have been asking.
Daddy Wellness also claims that if you wish to stop smoking, switching to Zyns can be a healthier option.
the easiest and most realistic way to quit vaping is the African Shuggie method. This is exactly what you need to do. You're gonna swap in for the African Shuggies. 6 milli African sugars to the top bunk, 2 to 3 a day, start weaning down, and you're on your way to success here. Then you're totally fine staying here. You are 10 times better, 10 times healthier than you were when you were ripping Fruit Punch AC units 2 months ago.
Now, this kind of echoes the harm reduction selling point that the Zyn marketing uses. A spokesman for the parent company, Philip Morris, said that while Zyn does contain nicotine, which is addictive, it's intended as a smoke-free alternative to those already using tobacco or nicotine products, and its marketing is directed to adults 21 and older. No tobacco does not mean no risk. Nicotine alone presents significant health risks. It's highly addictive, leading to cravings and withdrawal symptoms. Nicotine use can also contribute to things like cardiovascular disease and heart problems. And many users say that they use nicotine to cope with effects of anxiety or stress, but nicotine actually increases those feelings. Have you ever put a rubber band around your finger just for the simple pleasure of taking it off? Or maybe you've placed your hand on the hot burner of a stove just so you can experience the ecstasy of plunging it into a vat of icy water. Or maybe you like to cut off your own air supply until the world grows dim and distant around you, just to release at the very last second and experience the rush of endorphins and that grateful feeling for just being alive. Well, what you do in the bedroom is none of my business, you sick little freak, but using nicotine to treat anxiety is exactly like those scenarios. It causes the problem as it hands you the cure. I'm not gonna lie to you, I know that Daddy Wellness's content is effective because watching this makes me want a little piece of his life. He's confident, funny, intelligent, fit, pretty much everything that I want to be. So when this guy tells me that Zens, or as he calls them, African Shuggies, are a part of his success, I'm thinking, well, damn, where do I sign up? At least that's what I would say if I hadn't been burned by influencers in the fitness and wellness space before. Seriously, the amount of workout programs that I bought as a young man from influencers on Instagram should be studied. But now I'm an adult and I know better than to trust people on the internet who are peddling wellness advice. Daddy Wellness is 23 years old. He's still in college and he has no health, fitness, or personal training credentials.
Easiest way to be able to drink on the weekends and not become a fat fuck is by avoiding these easy mistakes.
But even if an adult like myself might be able to stop and think that maybe a 23-year-old isn't the best source for health advice, to a teenager, the word of a 23-year-old with a massive following and all of this charisma might as well be as good as law. And with great influence comes great responsibility, Spider-Man, especially when it comes to those who position themselves as experts in health and wellness. But Freezer Tarps and Daddy Wellness, with their combined, 2 million followers, are small fish compared to the ZYNfluencers that we're about to look at next. These are the Nelk Boys, YouTubers with over 8 million subscribers on YouTube alone. And right before Christmas, the Nelk Boys put out this video.
What is that? Gentlemen, you've lost control. This is the greatest day. Do you mind if I run for it? This is incredible. I stand in awe before this. This is a conventional tin of Zyn. This is the largest Zyn tin in the world. The volume of nicotine in here could save the world. There's enough nicotine in this container to alter the course of history.
That's how you negotiate a ceasefire.
100%. Just drop this in, and everyone's like, you know what? I'll calm down.
This video was posted 4 separate times before it was ultimately deemed as content inappropriate for those under the age of 18. And of their 8 million subscribers, Influencer estimates that about 10% are under the age of 18. That's 800,000 children. 800,000 is just a little bit less than the 1.2 million children who tuned in to watch the Super Bowl on the Nickelodeon simulcast this year. And I just think that if I went on Nickelodeon between episodes of Dora the Explorer and SpongeBob and told a bunch of kids about how great Zyn is, I'd end up trying to run from the law, while Dan Snyder tries to touch the very feet that I need to flee. But back to this video. This is former Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson. And if you're like me, you're wondering, what's he doing here? Doesn't he have elbows to rub with ruthless dictators or sexy candy to be upset about?
M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing.
Well, Tucker Carlson is a towering figure in the Zyn community. So much so that he's been redubbed as Tucker Carl Zyn, which I gotta admit, that's something for the nootropic argument because that is creative. Tucker Carl Zyn, okay. I got credit where credit is due. Tucker has made a lot of claims about Zyn.
And he pulls this out. I'm like, what is that? He goes, it's the future. We drove to 7-Eleven and it's been a massive life enhancer. I'd really recommend it to you. It's get me going. So I use it, every second I'm awake. I've never had one of my dogs eat a Zyn pouch, though I'm not against it, because I think they would like it.
To going so far as to claim that Zyn can cure erectile dysfunction, or is it erectile dysfunction?
Yeah, but the truth is Zyn is a powerful work enhancer and also a male enhancer, if you know what I mean.
I don't know if I want a Zyn supported wiener, I don't know.
I think you do.
Sexy. But you'll have to excuse me if I'm skeptical of the health advice of a man who has advocated for testicular tanning. No, seriously, he did that. Last time I checked, sun damage was a major component of premature aging. I don't want my family jewels to age before it's their time to sag and hang between my knees. And what about skin cancers caused by sun exposure? No, thank you. That's why I always wear sunscreen on my face and on my balls, just to keep everything perky and young. And just to my subscribers, if you too want to keep your nuts perky and young, you can buy my new product, Scrote Screen. That's responsible influencing. But the devotion has gone to a weird cult-like place. It's moved away from casual use and into a proselytizing worship.
So tonight, instead of sitting on our phones and watching videos like this one, we will be going to Kensington, Philadelphia to hand out Zyn Peppermint and make a change.
Zyn power. Zyn power.
Zin power.
It's just funny how like many people, like our audience and probably yours too, just will get behind you just because of that and absolutely love you.
This isn't a casual thing. Look at this. Look at their faces. That's religious ecstasy. And Tucker Carlson's upraised hands remind me like a lot of people who used to raise their hands in the churches I grew up in. But lucky for me, I do remember a few lessons from my days in church.
Do you mean the one that says thou shalt not lie with a man as with a woman?
No, not that one. The one that says thou shalt not have any idols. And this Zyn can, the size of a home that I'll never be able to afford, that looks like an idol to me. The use of these pouches has become a cornerstone of their identity. It's a fervor almost to the point of like religious zealotry. So I think it's time for an intervention. Get it? It's like intervention, but I use the Zyn thing. Comedy gold. The meteoric rise in popularity of Zyns combined with this online subculture is raising concerns in government, with Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer expressing worry that the marketing of these products is targeted towards teens.
So today I'm delivering a warning to parents because these nicotine pouches seem to lock their sights on young kids, teenagers, and even lower, and then use the social media to hook them.
With flavors like smooth and chill, it's easy to see where those concerns come from. Honestly, the ZYNfluencers alone and their devotion to making this content is cause for concern as well. Philip Morris asserts that it does no social media marketing and it firmly denies any sponsorships of influencers. But the wild thing is that Philip Morris doesn't have to pay people to promote this content towards kids. People will do it for free.
Need one? But you design?
You see too many stories like Purdue.
Coleman's good. Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
Well, they're
there you go.
Buying tickets to, like,
you want it? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Talk about parental ZYNfluence. Okay, that one was bad. I am not here to tell adults how to act or what to do with their health. I stand upon a mountain of vices, but I do not sit upon a throne of lies. If you ever try to come between me and my Diet Dr. Pepper, I will drop this mild-mannered YouTuber facade and break every bone in your body, then dance on your grave after I take it back from you. But I am an adult, and like all adults, except for pregnant people in the United States, I have the right to bodily autonomy, which means I can do whatever I want with my body, and these influencers are free to do the same. Where I have an issue is not with their questionable comedy or their obnoxious behavior, but with what their promotion might mean to the children who are a part of their audiences. Promotion. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Children are the highest risk group when it comes to nicotine addiction. Adolescent nicotine use can disrupt brain development, leading to addiction and slower cognitive function later on in life. That's why nicotine products are illegal to sell to anyone under the age of 21, and why Philip Morris had to pay a $207 billion settlement in 1997 for using advertising that was targeted towards children. But online, it's much harder to prevent children from seeing pro-nicotine content. That's why influencers like the Nelk Boys, Daddy Wellness, and Freezer Tarps, and algorithms that can pump endless amounts of Zyn-related content into the impressionable minds of children are so dangerous. But then again, here I am, making content that I hope attracts enough algorithmic traction that I can profit from the ad revenue, and hopefully attract sponsors so that I can sell their products to my audience in an effort to pay my rent, escape the rat race, and start my scrotal sunscreen company. So who am I to judge? I just want to say really quick, thank you guys so much for watching my video and all the support that I've received. I'm having a lot of fun doing these deep cultural dives, but YouTube has some rules and content guidelines that sometimes get in the way of me making the dirty, sick, nasty little jokes that I like to make. So I wanted to tell you that my Patreon is now up and running with some bonus content and some stuff that I can't put on YouTube without getting demonetized. And I just want to say thank you for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time.